Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the cream of the crop of hunting podcast, the Double On Pod. As always, the guillotine, Rambo. Come back at ya.
And how good it is.
Oh my God.
To be back.
Yes.
Back in the studio.
Back in the saddle.
Wicka, 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 wicka.
Yeah.
You know, I had a picture come up on my phone. You know how, like, every once in a while you have pictures come up on your phone. They're like this day in 2022 or whatever. I had the picture come up, and it was my kayak. And on this kayak, which is a great kayak, it's an old town. Thing fucks. Top notch. We just got down-regulated on YouTube because I said fuck in the first 15 seconds.
Fuck.
But this kayak, right? On this said kayak, in this said picture from, I think it was 2022, we were sick of deer hunting. And on this kayak was a Hoyt bow and a Summit climber. It might have been 21, I don't know, but... And it occurred to me, I was like, man, I've changed a lot in the past few years.
Times have changed.
I'm rocking a saddle now. Not just one, but this is my third saddle.
Yeah.
And I've got an elite bow.
Elite.
It's crazy, you know. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. And, as far as the bow goes, Hoyt's great bow. Elite's great bow. Matt's great bow.
I miss my
You know. Oh, God. But I am 100% glad I left behind the climber. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Climbers are great. I've killed many dozens of deer out of a climber. But the saddle fucks, man.
Yeah,
God.
it's the only way to go.
It really is. It's so sexual.
Yes.
It's just, I climb up in that thing, and I'm one with the tree.
Yeah.
Really.
And it's so comfortable. I mean, the only bad part is, like, I wear cheap-ass boots, so my feet kind of hurt sometimes.
Yeah, well, you wear, like, work boots. Dude.
Yeah. I wear work boots all the time.
Yeah.
Like, right now, I have sandals on right now, but I wear work boots all the time. I'm a loser.
That's what you need is a solid pair of boots.
Yeah.
Get you, like, a nice pair of Danners or something.
How much are those?
I think I paid, like, $160.
That's not bad.
I mean, they'll last forever.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't know. I really like them.
Yeah, them fucking fools that buy, like, Crispies for, like, $1,200.
I can't.
Absolutely not, dude. That thing better be sucking me off, too.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, I'm sure they're great. And, you know, I've said this about shit in the past, so I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. But I just don't understand why you would spend $600 on a pair of boots. Like, I've got $200 boots that are really fucking comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how good can they possibly be? I don't know. Maybe they are that nice, but, man, that's a hard selling point for me, dude.
Yeah, let us know if you got Crispies.
Yeah. Because, like, there's boots for $50 at Walmart.
Yeah.
Right? And they suck.
Yeah.
We know that. We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
And you can spend an extra $100, $200 and get some really nice boots.
Yeah.
But to reach out there, $500, like...
Yeah, I don't see it.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I just hiked... We went down... I met Ryan and his wife, Krista. Took my wife down there, and we hiked Old Rag in Virginia. Are you familiar with that?
No.
I think it's 11.8 miles. I could be wrong. It's something like that. It's like 11 miles, 12 miles. It's a hike, and you got to climb like the top quarter of it. So it's pretty strenuous. I bought like $100 pair of Columbia hiking shoes, broke them in for a week. No issue.
Good to go.
My feet felt amazing. I had wool socks. I think that's a big factor too.
Yeah.
For blisters, like having a good pair of socks, dude, goes a long way.
Yes, it does.
It goes a long way. But, like, they were $100 hiking shoes, not $500. And I feel like I could have done that hike every day for a week straight, and those shoes would have done just fine. I don't know. Maybe if anybody's listening, you've got a pair of crispy boots.
Yes.
And, like, try to be subjective, because we get it. You know, you just dropped $500 on them. You don't really want to be like, yeah, these suck. I wasted my money. But let's be realistic. Are they really worth it? From a $200 pair of boots to a $500 pair of boots? Is it that big of a difference? Is it worth the money? I want to know.
Yeah. Like I said, I wouldn't know, but I don't. It's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna do it. I don't know.
Unless it is like with how we get sick of gear, like sick of gear.
Yeah.
If it's 50% off, okay. Like, I'll buy it. But like even with sick of gear, like I think it is awesome. But honestly, like if I was paying full price for it, I probably wouldn't buy it.
Yeah. No.
You know what I mean?
Fruit flies. Yeah.
So.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
So I almost murdered a man today.
Nice.
Yeah. I almost killed another human being.
Really?
Yes.
Was it intentional?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Love that.
So I went to work today. Ick. Gross.
Yeah, it's Saturday, dude.
Rode the old hog. Got off a little early. Was riding home. I was in the turn lane there on 40 coming up Red Toad. Just sitting there waiting for my turn to go. And I feel something wet hit me in my side. Some guy driving past had a squirt gun and squirted me with water. And I guess he thought I was just going to blow it off and just turn and say, fuck that guy. I hammered that bike in first gear and chased after him. And he was in the left lane. I got up next to him. I'm like riding in the grass and the dirt in the median.
Oh.
Cussing him like a fucking dog. And he's like, dude, it's just a squirt gun. It's just a squirt gun.
Like, fuck you.
Yeah. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? He gets up to the next red light. It's red. I park next to him, kick the kickstand down. Bike's still running. I get off of it. I'm nose to nose in his fucking window, screaming at him, telling him to get the fuck out of that fucking car.
Hell yeah.
And he wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
My plan was, if he was going to get out, I was going to fucking headbutt him with my helmet.
Hell yeah.
But he wouldn't do it. He was petrified.
I fucking love it.
Like, what is wrong with people?
You know what? Yeah, dude, don't be a fucking bitch, dude. Like, what are you doing?
He was like 45, too.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I was like, I'll fucking kill your bald fucking ass. And he was just shitting himself.
Good.
He didn't think that was going to happen, I guess.
What do you expect?
I don't know.
People blow my mind.
Yeah.
The fact that he's, like, I'm expecting him to be like 19.
No, he was like 45.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like,
yeah. You had every right to be irate. I would have been fucking livid. Like, dude, I want a fucking bike. I'm already in a very vulnerable situation on the highway. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to have a nice cruise. Yeah. Don't fuck with me, dude.
Yeah. And, like, that red light's right next to the state police barracks, or I probably would have jerked him out of that fucking window.
Yeah, you were literally across the street.
Yeah.
They could see you out the front window.
I was nose to nose with that cocksucker through his fucking 2000 Honda Civic. Just screaming at him. It was great.
He just squirted you with a squirt gun.
Yeah. Like I want a fucking Harley. I got 16-inch handlebars. I wouldn't say I'm a Billy Badass, but I kind of look the part.
Yeah.
And like you're
just gonna drive around and squirt guys like me, dude? What did you think's gonna happen? You know what I mean?
It's probably never happened to him before.
No.
Like that someone actually followed him and screamed at him.
Well, you do that to the wrong biker, like a fucking, pagan, Hell's Angel or something.
Around here.
You're gonna get dragged out of your fucking car, dude.
Yeah,
you know
should
what I mean?
have.
Yeah. Nah, you did the right thing. You made your point. He probably will never do that again.
I hope not.
And if he does, he's the jackass.
If he does it if he ever sees me again,
he won't do it to you.
I will jerk him out of that fucking car so fast. But yeah,
that shows you how much of a fucking coward he is. I mean, anybody that would do that to begin with, is a fucking pussy.
Some people that think
if you're not under 21.
Yeah, look, I get it.
If you're a
the
kid.
Human brain, it doesn't develop when you're young. But when you're like 40, you got gray in your beard, you don't have any fucking hair. What are you doing, dude?
You got grandkids, probably. Like, you see, this is what you do?
Yeah.
Bro?
He thinks that car is like a shelter of safety.
It's not.
No.
No.
Not when some crazy man with his long beard is just in your fucking face. I wish he would have got out of that car. I would have headbutted him so hard.
Oh, yeah. That was the move, too.
Yeah.
That was the perfect plan. You had it to a T. That's what if I could recommend anything in that situation, that's what I'd recommend.
I mean, I got the helmet on.
Get some.
As soon as he stood up, I would have put it right in the bridge of his nose.
Fuck
Bang!
yeah. Get some. He would have collapsed instantly. I told you about that one shit at the gas station.
Uh-huh.
Beat the dog piss out of that guy. Pretty sure he's alive, so I could touch on a little bit, but similar situation.
Yeah.
Dude was just being but he was talking to my wife with my kids in the car, and I came out of the gas station, and long story short, I beat the piss out of this fucking guy.
Yes.
Then he fucking knocked him out, and he's in his car. Like, I walked up to him, opened the car door, beat the brakes off this motherfucker. He fucking passes out, and his car just drifts into the median. Like, oh, all right, time to go.
He won't do that again.
No.
Or he probably will.
Don't be a
he's
piece
just,
of shit.
Just a scourge of society.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because I walked into the gas station, and jeez, I hope I don't incriminate myself here.
I think you already did.
I walk into the gas station, and this fucking guy, bunch of tattoos, fucking looks like he just got out of prison, no shirt on. I open the door, and he's standing right in the middle of the doorway, and I'm like, "Excuse me," and he like doesn't say anything. He just looks at me. So I like step around. I'm like, "Whatever, dude." And he's like, "Hey man, can I have one of those?" Because I had a can of dip in my hand. I was like putting it back in my pocket, and I was like, "No." And I just walked over, got my drink, walked the thing, and whatever, I blew it off. He said something on the way out the door too. He's like, "Fuck you," I wasn't paying attention. Whatever, who cares? And I'm ringing up, and I look out the window, and this dude's in his car, and he like pulled over to my wife and kids in the car. And you think whatever you think of me, but this is how I operate, okay? And he's leaning out he's rolled his window down, and he's saying something to my wife. And after our interaction, my immediate response is like, "Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker ain't gonna, like, you could say whatever you want to me, be a dick to me, cool. You're not gonna go outside and disrespect my wife."
Yeah.
So I proceeded to walk outside, and I opened his car door, and he looked at me with just sheer shock on his face. And I was just like, "Get some." And I just beat the dog piss out of this dude.
Do you think if the situation in the gas station didn't happen between you two, you would have reacted the same way?
Nah, I would have just been like, "What the fuck?
What the fuck are you doing, dude?"
I would have rung up, walked out there, I'm like, "Everything all right? What's going on?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But because of our interaction,
Yeah.
I knew. You know what I mean? And after talking to Rachel, like, he was saying slick shit, like, "Who's that guy in there?" And she was like, "That's my husband." And he was like, "Yeah, you really like that guy? Like, don't you think I'd be a better option for you?" And she was like, "What?" And she said that's when I walked out, and she thought like he was like one of my friends just fucking around or something. And she was like, and then you opened his door, and I was like, "Oh yeah, he does know him." And then you started hitting him, and I was like, "Oh, maybe not."
Get some.
Yeah.
People just think they are just invincible these days.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I think like social media maybe like really contributes to that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Just like people being able to just think that they can just do shit and not have consequences. Like, because to me, I weighed that very quickly in my head. I was like, okay, no, this ain't happening. If I gotta go to court for this, it's worth it.
Yeah.
I'm fucking this dude up. You know what I mean? Like, it was a quick like decision in my head, and it was a principle thing, and like, I wouldn't have felt comfortable letting that go down and walking out and get back in my car and be like, "Yeah, I didn't want to do anything." No, dude. No. That's not cool. No.
Yeah.
Not happening.
Looking back, I wish I would have beat the shit out of that guy today.
I think he did the right thing.
Yeah.
I mean, because he might have, unless you like knocked him out, which you very well might have with the helmet on. Then he could get your tags, and it's a bunch of shit. But you probably would have got away with it, honestly. You probably would have just fucking, And even if, like, you don't have any record, you'd have been fine anyway. They'd have to give you a slap on the wrist. And he'd have learned a very valuable lesson. But I think he did anyway.
I would hope so.
You followed him. You fucking made your point. You did right.
Like, I just don't understand what he thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Especially, like, you were stopped.
Yeah.
Like, did you think I was just going to be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Like, "Hey, man, stop that." Like, what do you think I'm some kind of pussy? Like,
No.
You don't know me, dude.
You're not going to outrun me in your 1998 Honda Civic.
No.
It's not going to happen.
Nah, dude. People are crazy.
Yeah. Fucking nuts.
Yeah. No, that's fun. That's
Exciting shit.
Yeah.
My heart was...
When was this today?
That was today, like 10:30.
No shit.
It was like 10:45, but yeah.
So that was on the way back from port?
From work.
Oh, from work.
Yeah.
Work. Oh, yeah. Port was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, took the hog down to port yesterday. Sent you guys a little Snapchat. It's all corn as far as the eye can see.
I've always thought, I'm not a farmer, but so our hunting property, where we have permission to hunt, has been corn for now 4 years in a row.
It'll be 5. This will be the 5th season there.
How?
I don't know.
Doesn't that destroy the soil?
I thought so.
That's what I've been told. I don't know. If you're really familiar with farming, or if you're a farmer, you grow crop, enlighten us. How can they keep growing corn every year?
Yeah.
I thought that eats the nutrients out of the soil.
Yeah, I always thought, and I'm sure you do too, you have to rotate the crop to introduce new nutrients. I don't fucking know.
Because soybean is it's super light on it's something to do with nitrates and shit.
Yeah.
And Travis explained it to me actually, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense to me. That's what I thought. But dude, and I was like, dude, I'm telling you, it's been at least 3 years in a row they've grown corn, and now it's at least 4, and you think 5?
Yeah, because this will be our 5th season there,
and I don't think it's ever been soybean on that spot.
It's been soybean 1 year. I think our first year there.
Yeah. So that's at least 3 years in a row of corn.
Yeah, but that other side, that other inside corner where I hunt, that's always been corn.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll just have to venture out.
Yeah. We'll have to make some boundaries.
Yeah. Just push the boundaries a little bit.
Just a tickle.
Yeah.
Just a tickle. It's frustrating, though, because, as a bow hunter, so if you're not familiar with this, corn is great. I mean, it's nice. Mm-hmm. But soybean is better.
Mm-hmm.
And not only is it better in the fact that deer prefer soybean over corn, but corn is really hard logistically. Getting to and from your stand, carrying a bow in, is a pain in the ass walking through corn, especially when you're talking about, a couple 100 yards of corn. It's a bitch. So, when we see corn, it sucks.
Yeah.
But luckily, we've got soybean on the other side.
Yeah.
And you know what I was thinking? Mm-hmm. So there's this path that they don't plant corn. It's just grass.
It's like a drainage ditch.
Yeah, it's like a drainage ditch. And they usually will even mow it for us so we can park there, because obviously the farmers love us hunting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps them. It's a mutual thing. And one year with Wyatt, I sat right inside the corn and watched the deer funnel through that. They use that grass path because it's easier to walk for them just as well as it is for us to get to the soybean.
Yep.
Dude.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
I thought about that too.
Yeah, they're going to go to the soybean. I think we should do a hunt like that with Bo.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It'll be sick. We'll sit straight across from each other. It'll be perfect.
Count to 3. We'll shoot.
God damn it.
Great idea, dude.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's fail safe. Yeah. Just fucking shoot each other.
Speaking of shooting, I got new mods for the old Matthews over there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I went down to 80% let off.
Nice.
It's a whole new bow.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
That 85% let off, it sucks.
It's too harsh.
It's too harsh.
You drop in that valley. It was the same thing with the Elite. When I dropped it down to 80, it's so much better.
Yeah.
So much better.
Yeah. Glad I did that.
It feels more like the Hoyt.
Yes.
Still not exactly, but
yeah,
more like it.
That was my first thought. It feels like the Hoyt now.
I don't like that extreme let off.
No.
I don't like rolling into a valley and just feeling like it just drops.
Yeah. And with the Matthews, the hill getting into the valley was just it's like it creeped up to 90 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Don't like it.
No. And I bought a new release off of Travis. Shout out Travis. Hate it.
Do you?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
What is it, a Scott?
It's a Scott. Scott Verge.
Why don't you like it?
It's the strap is a little thin, so it kind of cuts into my wrist, and it's like a rope connected to the actual release, so when you shoot it, it just falls down. Yeah, my True Fire, you can fold
rigid.
it back.
Yeah.
And it's just not in the way.
Can you still get that True Fire?
No, you can't.
Damn.
I did buy another True Fire, kind of like it, but yeah, I can't get that chicken wing anymore.
Shit, that sucks, dude.
I don't know what the fuck happened to that thing.
They just discontinued it.
Yeah.
Wow. You could go on, you could try some like forums and see if anybody's got one they'd want to get rid of.
I seen one on eBay for like $90. I'm like, no, because I paid like $65 for it.
Yeah,
a couple years ago.
Yeah, but if you love it,
yeah, it's true. It's got to be around here somewhere.
Yeah,
I don't know where,
but you don't think you're gonna hunt with the one from Scott?
No, don't like it.
That sucks. They just wasted money.
Oh well.
Yeah, you could sell it.
I probably will.
Yeah, I'm sure you could make your money back.
Yeah.
You got a good deal. Travis took care of you.
Yes, he did. Shout out, Travis.
Shout out Cecil Tucky Whitetail Waterfowl, which I just did. John and I just did another bow for Travis. We set another bow up for him, and he's selling bows even though the shop is not officially open yet. He's still got a lot of work to do. He's an HVAC tech. He actually works with me. We work at the same place. I'm a millwright. He's a HVAC guy, but he's so balls to the wall. He worked till 9 o'clock Thursday night, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Yeah.
So like he's trying to get the shop open. Anybody who's anticipating it, like he's just right now he's busy as fuck.
It's got to be his busy season right now. I mean, it's 100 fucking degrees outside.
Exactly, and we've got all these buildings that are having these issues, and so he's trying. He wants to get it open before the end of August, but that's where he's looking at. He's like, I'm hoping to have it open by the end of August. But if you need a bow, he is selling them. We go to my house to set them up. The shop's not yet operational. But
drink some beers. It's a good time.
Yeah. We have fun with it.
Yeah.
We shoot, we drink a beer, as long as you don't mind your bow tech being fucking hammered.
Yeah.
Did I ever talk about the first time he had somebody come over to my house?
I don't know. I don't think
he was like he was jerking me around. He was like taking forever, and I was like, Travis, if you don't hurry up and get this guy over here with the bow, I'm gonna be drunk by the time you get here. And he's like, dude, please don't be drunk. Like, this is my first customer. And I was like, hey man, on your way, can you stop and get me a pint of Fireball? I'm all out. And he was just like, are you serious, man? I was just kidding, but it was funny. I like fucking with him. He was like, dude, come on, man. I wasn't drunk. I was fine.
Yeah, Travis is a good guy.
Yeah, he is, dude. Salt of the earth. Great guy. Shout out, Travis.
Shout out.
Yeah, he takes care of us.
Yeah. Hell of a deal on that Scout. I wish I liked it.
Yeah.
It's a nice release, but I'm just so used to the True Fire. And, like, it's got a click moon in it, too.
Oh, does
like,
it?
you can actually have, like, a click.
No shit.
Yeah, or you can switch the moon to not have a click. So it is a nice release.
It's well made, yeah.
It's just not my thing.
Just not you.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they're very, like, dude, it's like we talk about our bows being like another part of us. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And when you get something that just works for you, like, it just works. Or it doesn't. Yeah. You know? So, like, having to work around something that you really don't like kind of sucks.
Yeah.
You know? Even though it could be great, but it's just not for you.
Yeah.
You know, or it's not for me, or whatever. You know, and that's the kind of the initial reaction I got of the Elite. Like, I've got to adjust. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not what I'm familiar with.
Yeah. So if you're out there and you want a Scott Verge, I can hook you up with it.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you for what I paid for it.
There you go. It's a great deal.
Yeah.
I don't think you should say that on the pod.
It will not.
It was a good deal.
It was a good deal. It was a very good deal.
Yeah. Travis hooked you up.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think I don't know. I think now, and I've started shooting here recently. I just started. I think now is the time to really be. You should be shooting.
Yeah. Get ready so you don't have to be. Or get ready so you're. What is it? Stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, it's so many guys I know will wait till, 2 weeks, 3 weeks before bow season and start shooting. Like, don't be that guy. No. You know, get out there and shoot. Start now. Like, I started clearing out the range at the house. I've got some more to do. I'm gonna borrow my uncle's chainsaw, and I want to cut some more trees down. But I extended our range a little further so we can, because before we could really only get to like 65 at the new place because of trees and shit in the way. But I cut some trees down, not trees, but like small trees. Mm. And I got us about another 15, 20 yards. But I want to be able to do 100. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I want a 100-yard range at the house. So I got a little bit more cutting down to do, but right now we can probably shoot about 75, which is nice. Yeah.
I really need to stretch that Matthews out.
Yeah.
God, it's such a nice bow.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it fucking shoots lasers.
It is a torch.
Yeah.
It's
so quiet.
I want to see how the new bows handle at this long range too. That's why I started doing this the other day, and I started shooting, and then the wife and kids came home, and I was like, okay, all right, well, let me put it up. I'll be a dad.
It's been so fucking hot outside,
dude. Yeah, and this was the nice day. What day was it? That it was like 81. That was the day I was shooting. It's like. Because it was gorgeous.
Yeah, like Tuesday, Monday, something like that.
And the kids weren't home. The wife wasn't home. I had a little bit of time before I was going to the gym, and I was like, I'm going to shoot my bow. You know what I mean? So I started shooting a little bit. But you need a beer?
Yes, sir.
I didn't get to shoot much. But, yeah, now is the time to start shooting, man. Yeah. It really is.
Yeah, I'm getting fired up. Next weekend, I usually wait till July 4th to put out my cameras, so I am fucking stoked to get a camera out. Can't wait.
Yeah. Yeah, we got some new cams, too.
Yes, we do.
Thanks to a poacher.
Thanks, poacher.
He's a jackass.
Dumbass.
Yeah. Yeah, no. And this isn't the first time we've called this guy on our property either.
Yeah. Yeah, the first time he's like, oh, me and my wife just go for walks. You're full of shit.
Yeah, well, now I have your cameras and, yeah, well, whatever. But, yeah, got some free stuff, so that's cool.
Some nice cell cams.
Yeah.
One has a solar panel on it.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude.
The one I gave you guys is one, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yep. And the one I have is a tact cam. It doesn't have the solar stuff, I don't think, but it's a nice camera.
Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah.
The one you got is a what?
I can't remember. It's the one Jeremy uses. Shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Two nice cameras.
Yeah.
And, yeah, ours now.
The fucking that's gonna bother me if I can't figure that out.
I know.
It's like the cheaper.
On the tip of my tongue. It's a cheaper brand, yeah. But they're pretty solid. Like the stuff Ronsky showed me is their pictures are great.
Yeah.
You know, but Tacticam's like top of the line. So I was like, I'm gonna keep this one.
Spy Point.
Spy Point.
Spy Point's what it is.
Yeah. I'd love to hear people's opinions on them too.
Yeah. That's another thing. Like, could you see yourself spending $500 on a fucking camera?
No.
Nope.
Won't do it.
Absolutely not.
No. And honestly, I just need the intel. Having a crisp, clear picture is cool, but it's really not necessary.
No.
As long as I can see how many points are on the buck, I don't care how clear the picture is. I'm doing this for research purposes only. Like, I don't need a high def. I'm not cranking one out to these fucking pictures, okay? I mean, usually, but it's, you know.
Yeah, I'm not counting the freckles on his asshole when naming him fucking Macho Man or whatever.
No. Not our style.
No.
Yeah. Dude, did you hear about Colorado?
I don't think so.
So not related to whitetail, but they are canceling over-the-counter tags.
Really?
They are gone as of 2025. No longer will Colorado sell over-the-counter elk tags.
I kind of agree with it.
I get it.
Yeah.
There's too many.
Yeah.
Too many motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Sucks, because I was planning to hunt there next year.
It's going to be a point system now?
But what's cool, and actually this could work out really well for me, is Ryan and I put in for a draw unit, and we got preference points this year. We deferred it. We didn't want to draw.
Yeah.
But so now we have a preference point. So next year when we go to draw, we have preference points. Every other asshole does not.
Get some.
So it might actually work out.
Yeah.
For us. But yeah, now Colorado is going to be draw only.
I agree with it. I mean, you got every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there trying to fucking bugle to a goddamn elk, and it's like public land.
Yeah.
Just ruin it for everybody.
Well, see, my buddy Jim, you met Jim. We set his bow up. He's a big elk hunter. He elk hunts almost every year. He's killed several bulls. Great dude. Shout out to Jim.
Yeah.
His thing is like most people didn't know about like the draw units. Everybody just went and bought over the counter tickets. Most of the guys who were doing draw units were either really well informed, like him, who's been part of the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation for 20 years, or they were residents. His thing is now the cat's kind of out of the bag.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fucking the guys who were using draw units.
Yeah.
Because that's what he always did. You know, he said, like, I would get tags for, you know, and I would buy preference points. And he's like, and if I didn't draw one that year, then I'd go over the counter. But now I don't have that ability.
Yeah.
And now everybody else is going to be doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So from his point of view, kind of sucks.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. But I don't know, maybe they'll manage. I feel like if they can manage the amount of hunters, because before it was open, as many hunters as wanted to hunt, come hunt.
Yeah.
Now if they can manage the amount of hunters that come, you'd think the population would be better off that way.
Yes.
In the same way Blackwater does it for Sika deer. They put a limit on how many tags sell. And they don't have a draw, but there's 2,500 tags. Once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's a good thing. You got to limit how many people are hunting. It's in this modern day and age, as many hunters as we have. Thanks, fucking Joe Rogan.
Yeah, you fuck.
Fucking Steven Rinella. As many hunters as we have.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Don't take me wrong. I don't want people to misinterpret me. We need hunters to advocate for hunters. But as many hunters as we do have, I think we need to manage the amount of hunters we have on a single property.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't have 10,000 guys hunting one unit. It's too many.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if we can manage that, and we can manage it, we can do that. You know, there's enough for everybody. We just have to, it has to be managed properly.
I still think that there should be some areas that are just open to everybody. Like Millington down in Kent County.
Yeah.
There's no limit there. Or maybe there's a limit. I don't know. I don't think there's a limit, actually. But there's, like, no limit to how many motherfuckers can be in there at a time.
Right.
Which I think that's good. You need some areas like that. But there's definitely good in having a limit in other areas.
Well, for whitetail, I do think it's a good thing. Because, honestly, like, you got a bunch of motherfuckers in there. It just makes deer jump up and move around a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially once people start shooting, the deer are running all over the place. Like, it can actually have a positive effect.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the times, and you and I have been guilty of this, you're like, oh, there's going to be so many motherfuckers there. Yeah, but also it's going to make a lot of deer move because they're going to get jumped up. And every time somebody shoots one, they get out and they climb down, they're jumping deer up. Deer are moving all over the place.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of times you think like, oh, I'm not going. There's going to be so many fucking people there. Yeah, well, that might not always be a bad thing.
When me and my dad would hunt Millington, at first it was like, fuck, there's so many goddamn people here. But as the years went on, it was like, I hope that the parking lot is plumb fucking full. Because if not, we're not going to see shit.
Yeah.
And the years that we did shoot something, the parking lot was full.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, so it's for whitetail, I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
I really don't. And maybe even not for Sika. I don't know. They can hide in the frag.
Yeah.
But for elk, there's just so much land.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you're like just jumping them around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for whitetail, honestly, like I don't like it because it's like it feels unnatural.
Yeah.
And when I hunt, I want it to feel like
kind of feels like running dogs.
Yeah. Which it's not like a bad thing. It's just not my style.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I want to be the only guy out there. But on public land, sometimes that's just not realistic. So you got to take the hand you're dealt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if that's the way it's going to be, if you want to kill deer, hey, you got to adapt and overcome. And like, look, this is the situation. Hey, guess what? I'm going.
Yeah.
And if I get lucky, some asshole who decides to walk in 30 minutes after daylight might jump up a 135-inch buck. You know what I mean? Like,
and shoot the fucking thing.
Well, hopefully he doesn't. But he might jump it up, and it might run to me. You know what I mean? Like, there's God damn, this fucking gnat's pissing me off. So there's some like benefits to it, and it's honestly a lot about like perspective. Like, dude, you gotta roll with the punches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not always a bad thing.
If you're gonna hunt public land, that's the way it goes.
Yeah, and so you gotta look at it like, okay, this could be a positive. I'm not gonna go in there and sulk and be like, man, there's fucking 20 cars in the parking lot. I'm like, okay, there's 20 cars in the parking lot. Where's everybody going?
Yeah.
Let me think about this from a problem-solving sense of like, okay, most people are probably going to go here. So if I go here, and if I get in extra early, they may jump deer to me because, like, dude, use it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Take advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tactic.
Yep.
You know?
Getting the lay of the land early in the morning, like, hey, where are you going? That's me and my dad always did that. Where are you headed? Where are you headed? Where are you headed? Where are you headed? And we would always be the first ones in there. And you'd always see orange vests walking around when daylight hits, and then they'd jump deer right to you.
Yep.
Every single time.
It's weird to me how sometimes guys will be like, "Oh, what do you mean?"
Yeah.
It's like, look, dude, I'm not asking you to tell me what fucking tree you're going in.
Give me an area.
Just give me a direction, so like I'll avoid you.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like take your spot or something.
Like you got some kind of magical spot in this fucking public land.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Oh, we went crabbing. I went crabbing with Tony. Father's Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the same exact situation.
Crabbing is the same, yeah.
Same exact thing. So we show up, Tony and I show up to this spot that we had planned out where we wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
And we start laying our line out, and this guy comes like putting over, and he's like, "Hey man," he's like, "I'm laying right here," and he's like, we're like, "Oh, okay. Well, we're not gonna run into you." And he's like, "Yeah, you might."
No,
and
we're not.
Jason, it's my Uncle Tony's buddy Jason. It's his boat.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "No." That's all he said. He was like, "No." Jason was not having it. And Tony's like, "I don't think we're going to run into it. We got like 30 feet left." And he's like, "Yeah, well, my buddy," who's like, this other boat's coming in, he's like, he was going to lay right there.
Sucks.
And Jason was like, he was. I'm like, we're about to fight these dudes.
Yes.
Like on the water. It's fucking dark. It's not even sun up yet. And he's like, well, he was, but, he's right. Like,
yeah.
Dude, yeah, he was, but no, you don't own this fucking river, dude.
No.
Like, he was going to lay here, but no, we're laying here, and we're not going to hit your line.
Yeah.
It's just like, people think it's like, dude, there's enough crabs out here for everybody.
Yeah.
There's fucking millions of them.
Billions.
Like, he can go on the other side of the river. Like,
And yeah, this isn't a fucking honey hole. Shut up.
dude, like, stop it.
God damn it. I hate people. Good.
I know. I wish it was like, we could just. It was the Wild West. Sometimes I know there's a good thing about law and order, but every once in a while you just got to headbutt a motherfucker with your motorcycle helmet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
sometimes people just need,
Yeah.
dude, who the fuck do you think you are?
Some people need humbled.
Yeah.
God. I should have kicked the shit out of that guy.
Oh, you would have felt so good.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be in here on cloud nine right now. You know
Damn
you would.
Piss. What are you going to do?
Yeah. It's just crazy how people, if you're listening to this, don't be one of those people, for fuck's sake.
People think they own public land.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Because, like, I've been on the other side of that situation, and I've been hiking in to a spot, and I'll get hit with a headlamp, and I'm like, good on you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm leaving your spot. I'm turning around. I'm going as far from you as I can. I don't want to fuck your hunt up, because I know how hard you worked. You got in here before I did, dude. Good on you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to set up right next to you or be like, oh, well, this is where I came.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just be a decent human being. At the end of the day, you're going to have more hunts. You're going to have more opportunity. If it's not where you wanted to go, fucking move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, who cares?
I've had that situation where I shine somebody and they walk 50 yards and get up in the fucking tree.
It's fucking ignorant.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, now we're competing for shots, and guess what, motherfucker?
I'm a win.
I'm going to outshoot you.
God damn
Yeah,
it.
especially if you started shooting at the end of August, buddy. And you're fucking barely capable at 35 yards.
They're assholes, dude.
Yeah.
Just fucking assholes.
Yeah, I think if that happened to me, I would love to just sniper a fucking deer right out from underneath him.
Oh, yeah.
That would be satisfying. Get some.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking pieces of shit.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we hunt public land now. Dude, I'm so sick. Private land. I'm so sick of public land.
Yeah. It definitely sucks. It's got its good points, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I enjoy hunting public, I really do. And that's why I was talking to some guys at work the other day, and I was like, of course, I want a deer that's pope and young.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of my bottom limit. That's what I want buck that's Pope and Young or bigger. That's what I'm shooting. That's what I'm looking for. But if I shoot a buck that's 120 on public land, or a buck that's 130 on private, I almost feel better about that 120 on public.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like it's harder.
That deer has weathered the storm.
That is a very intelligent animal.
Yeah.
To get 3 years old on public.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And around here, it could even be 4 years old.
Yeah.
You know, at 120, it could be 4, maybe even 5 if it's got shitty genetics. You know, because we don't grow the biggest bucks in Maryland. We got nice bucks. Don't get me wrong, but this ain't fucking Iowa.
No.
You know what I mean?
Which is just oversaturated anymore anyway.
Yeah. There ain't no public land out there.
No, that's all draw units or points system.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah. And they grow big deer because of the way they're
Managed.
Yeah. Their bag limits are structured very well. And ours suck. We get 4 fucking bucks. It's too many. We've talked about that verbatim.
30 fucking does. That's
Yeah.
insanity. But, you know, what are you going to do? They think that the...
Do you think the does is too high?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think the does are probably too high too. But the thing of it is nobody does it.
Yeah.
How many people tag out? I know one guy, Kevin, who can actually tag out. And one other dude, this guy I work with, who's, you know, he's an old timer. He's got a bunch of property, a redneck blind. He might get close to it, but he still don't tag out. The only guy I've ever met that has actually tagged out on does is Kevin.
Yeah.
And he's, you know, he's the fucking...
He's a slain son
It's a
of bitch,
bad motherfucker.
God.
Yeah.
It's too much. It's way too much.
Yeah.
I think it should be 5 per season. 5 for archery, 5 for rifle, 5 for muzzleloader.
Yeah.
I think that's a good number. 15.
I think perfect would be 10 for bow, 5 for rifle, 5 for muzzleloader.
I like that. Yeah.
It's 20 deer.
Yeah.
20 does. And then 2 bucks. You get a bonus buck, and you get a buck and a bonus buck.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, this whole buck for doe, or buck for bow, buck for rifle, buck for muzzleloader, it's too fucking much.
It's too many bucks.
It should be one the whole fucking season, and then you pay more than $5 for the bonus.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is now.
Yeah, 10.
10 now.
Yep.
It should be 50, 100.
Yeah. 50. I think 50 is fair.
Yeah.
Because that's not... We don't want to roll out the kids. You know what I mean? If I'm 19, I'm fucking hard up. I got 2 kids.
Yeah, it's
They
true.
don't know how to pull out, and I'm fucking, you know, tight on cash. Like, let the kids shoot another buck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I do think, like, hey, let's contribute to conservation a little bit. And, you know, there's, so the signature stamp, we did talk about that. That's went up to $200 for out-of-staters.
Suck it.
I'm a big fan.
Suck it.
I like that. Sorry if you're from out of state, but I think it's a good thing because that money is going to, in time, that may buy more public land for us to hunt.
Mm-hmm.
That will facilitate all the things that we like to do. Like it's helping us. It really is. I get it, and I don't. Gary from down in Dorchester was telling Ryan, like, he's not a fan. He's like,
Really?
dude. He's like, you know, I'm a young boy. I want to come over here and hunt some sick deer. He's like, and I ain't got the money. He's like, that sucks, man. You know, and I get that. I get it. But that money's going back towards conservation.
Yeah.
And if $200 is making or breaking, yeah, that really sucks. And I'm sorry, but I think fair is fair. You know, we're the only state in the union that you can really hunt these things on public land.
I think we are, besides like Virginia.
Yeah, and that's, you know,
Yeah,
shithole.
shit. But if you can't set aside $200 for a tag, then you probably shouldn't be going away for a deer hunting trip, brother. Sorry.
Maybe you should work a little harder.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's not going to deter the hardcore guys that's set aside a week.
Yeah,
It's just not.
I don't think it's going to stop anybody.
No.
Honestly. It may slow down some people, but I think, if anything, the only people it's going to stop are the people who came once, got their asses kicked,
Yeah.
and they're like, fuck that.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It might stop them guys from coming back. But anybody who's killed one, they're coming back.
Exactly.
They're going to spend that $200. And that's going to go right towards conservation. And you know, say, you know, 5,000 guys buy that. I'm not real good at the maths, but that's $100,000. You know what I mean? Like they could take that money in 1 year and buy a piece of property, and make that public land for us all to hunt and give us more property. And that's the aim of it. That's the objective of when they raise these tags, is to use it for conservation purposes. So like
it's $1 million.
Oh, is it?
$1 million. Yeah.
Jesus.
5,000 times 200. $1 million.
Wow, I was way off.
What was it before?
Missed a zero.
What was it before?
25, I think it was for out-of-staters.
Yeah, so that was only it was 100. If it was only 25, they only made $125,000. They upped it $175. That's $1 million.
They'll make $1 million a year, and if they do that for 5 years, imagine the piece of property they could buy potentially. Huge swaths of public land. They might do it. They might buy one in Cecil County. They might buy one in Harford County, and that's another piece of property for all of us to be able to hunt and enjoy. You know what I mean? So like you got to look at the big picture. Yeah, it's a positive. It's a net benefit for everyone. If you're a Marylander, if you're from here, and even if you're not, like you can still buy your out-of-state tags and come hunt those properties that we eventually may buy. Like it's a good thing. I like it. It is a good thing.
I'm not going to tell you where our spots are.
No.
Like, I think it's absolutely crazy. I mean, you've been going down there for, what, 3 seasons now?
4.
Pretty much got these little fuckers figured out.
I think we got them,
And guys go down there for years and don't even see one, which is mind-blowing.
Is it, though? I get it.
I guess.
See, you weren't there that first fucking year, dude.
That's true.
I got my ass kicked. It was tough.
Well, me and Runsky took a boat ride.
Well, you got, yeah. So you got your ass kicked. Yeah. I mean, you only did one trip, but dude, it's just so different than whitetail. Yeah. They're similar. They're so similar, but they're so different.
Yeah.
So I can get it how people get caught up and like they go for 3 years and never kill one like that. And to me, that's super frustrating. The 1 year was enough of a kick in the ass for me, but just hearing them kind of gives you a little bit of like, all right, I know I was fucking close, you know, but it's cutting that last 100 yards is the big difference. Like anybody can get within 100 yards of a sick deer, and you'll hear them bugle and all that stuff. It's those last like 80, getting in shooting range. That's the hard part. That's what makes the killers and the non-killers. And that's like their statistics. It was something crazy. I can't remember what it is. I'd be talking out my ass if I gave you a number, but it was a really low. Compared to the number of tags sold and the number of sick deer harvested, it was really low. It was under 5%.
Wow.
Yeah. Under 5%.
I got within 3 of 40 yards last year. Killed one. Not bad, motherfucker.
Well, and like you said, we put in a lot of work, though. Ryan and I in particular. Yes. But all of us did. But Ryan has put in the most work.
Boots on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing it now. He's out there. He was scouting for us earlier this year, and he's giving us this intel. Like, dude, you just got to put the work in. And they are different. You got to look at them a little different from whitetail. But they are super hard to hunt, which for me makes it really rewarding. Yeah. You know, when you get one of them, it's like, not everybody's doing this, especially with a bow. Mm-hmm. Like, to come down here and kill one of these on public land with a bow, that's no small feat. No. Anybody who does that, my hat's off to you. Like, you're a hunter. You're a fucking good hunter.
I stroked that hind at 14 yards.
Fucking let her have it, too.
Oh, God. That's great. I'm replaying it right now in my brain.
And you were like, how do you track them through this shit? This is fucking bananas. Because you were walking to the frag, and you were like, this is it, and it is. Yes. It's fucking wild, man.
You can't just go to where you heard them. No. I was like, this is going to be impossible. And you were like, just find blood. And I was like, got it. Because it was a murder scene, obviously, on the goddamn frag.
Yeah, that Grim Reaper.
Oh, God.
That thing damn near cut that little deer in half.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a hike that was.
Yeah.
And that was what was it, 2 miles?
There and back, yeah.
Yeah.
It's worth it, though.
Yeah.
That spot
is the best.
I can tell you. Is the best.
That's our best spot, I think.
Yeah.
Well, other than the one that Gary took us to.
That was you and Kevin. I didn't get to go to that one.
Yeah, that is holy shit.
Yeah.
I've never seen so many sick deer in one place at one time. That spot is the best. But that's the thing. Like these animals, it's all about location. Finding out their honey holes. Find out where to go. That spot's the best. But honestly, that spot where you and I've killed several deer near Sitka there now. Mm-hmm. You've killed one there. I think Ryan missed one there. And so, like, we've got a great spot there.
Yeah.
That's money. But we work for that one. That one we work for sure.
God, yeah.
It's a long haul.
Yeah, and, like, you've always, like, presented the question, like, if you see a big whitetail, you're going to kill it back there?
Nah,
no.
Dude. Nah, dude.
No, I'm not dragging 160 pounds of meat out.
Oh, my God.
No.
Unless it's a absolute hammer of a buck.
Yeah, then I'm calling DNR to, hey, you mind giving me a help?
I sprained my ankle.
Oh, yeah, and I shot this 150.
Yeah.
Can you help me?
Yeah. Because, dude, you'd have to quarter it out.
You'd have to.
Yeah.
You're not dragging that thing a mile.
No, I mean, and well, that's the thing, because you have to technically be out of there, what is it, an hour after sundown?
Mm-hmm.
It's physically impossible.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if you're David Goggins.
No, you're not.
You are not taking a 160-pound whitetail out of there that you shot at last light. You are not getting it out in an hour.
No.
It's not happening. By the time you cut that thing into pieces, load it up, and fucking haul ass, it's not happening. So either way, you're breaking the law.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you might as well, cheat a little.
Yeah, it is nice about them little deer. You hike a mile, and if you do shoot one, it's not that big of a deal to get it out of there.
Nah. They are so light.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes it kind of like almost balanced. It's still harder than hunting whitetail, but the drag is so easy.
Mm-hmm.
They really are. Like, it's easy. Like, I've had people ask me, like, then you got to drag the thing out of there? I'm like, yeah, but honestly, the drag is almost, like, no factor.
No, yeah.
Like, yeah, it's a hike, but you're carrying 40, 50 pounds. Like, it ain't that big of a deal.
Especially if you're in a saddle.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a zero weight pretty much to begin with.
Yeah.
And then you just chuck that thing over your back or drag it or whatever. It's nothing.
Yep. No problem.
Zero factor.
Makes it nice. They're fun to hunt.
They are fun. I can't wait to go back.
There was something else I had.
Can't fucking wait for just to send an arrow through something.
You excited to get back out there?
I am excited.
We got to buy our tags. So if you don't know and you're planning to hunt Sitka deer, hold on 1 second. I will look at my calendar
because it's got to be like the end of July, right?
It's coming up soon. Yeah, hold on a second.
Because I know they
July 9th.
Okay. Oh, that's my dad's birthday.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Blackwater permits go on sale July 9th. Now, you don't have to hunt Blackwater. You can absolutely hunt Fishing Bay, which is almost as big. Blackwater's rough. It's over 33,000 acres, which is obviously a massive property.
They still haven't put out, at least on the DNR app, the season start this year.
Yeah, I already got the books. The books are already posted.
Oh, okay.
It's September 6th.
September 6th. What is that, Friday, Thursday?
Friday. First Friday in September.
Gotta put that day in.
Yep. Luckily, it's my off Friday, so I don't even have to use PTO.
Nice.
I know. So, yeah. September 6th is opening day. I might even have in my calendar here, I can inform everyone here what September 6th is opening day. First day of muzzle loader is October 17th.
Okay. Probably a Thursday, right?
Yes, it's a Thursday.
Yeah, it's always a Thursday.
We're going Sitka deer hunting this year just because of the way things turned out. October 6th to the 12th, so just put that in your calendar, John. I think you already knew that, but
yep,
that's where we're looking at. And it's, if we could talk if we need to move it, but that's where I'm planning. Then rifle is this year.
It's always the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it is November 30th. Start a rifle. So the end of November.
Yeah, it's real late.
Far end.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of interesting. How do you see that panning out with it being so late?
I don't know. Might be less bucks killed. Maybe.
Yeah. Because they're probably going to be largely locked down by that point.
Yeah. It's usually the third week.
Yeah.
This week it's the end. It'll be December.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, shit. Really, honestly, what are you getting? 2 days in November to rifle?
One. Yep.
Yeah.
1 day.
And then you're in December.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. It's a little different.
Mm-hmm.
But, goddamn bow hunter.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
No. But by the time rifle rolls around, I've already shot all my deer pretty much.
Yeah.
Rifle is just a break, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's just nice. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, let's go fucking shoot some shit.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean? Like, we're usually pretty well off by then.
Yeah, by the time rifle rolls around, the freezer's full.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking to kill anymore. If something walks in my way, it's going to get killed.
It's going to get dealt with.
Yeah, dog.
But you have that extra buck tag with during rifle, so it's like there's always that little like, you never know.
You never know.
Big boy walks out in front, he gonna get some. So big thing right now, start shooting.
Yes.
We got 70-ish days till deer season, right? Let's find out how many days till September 6th. I'll tell you right now. If you're in Maryland, how many days until September 6th?
September 6th, 2024 is in 69 days.
Hey! Nice.
Nice. Yeah, 69 days. So that's a little over 2 months. Start shooting now.
Yes.
And some stuff I like to do when I'm shooting for prep. I like to shoot sitting down. Obviously, because you got to shoot out of position. And if you got a saddle, it's a really good idea to shoot from your saddle.
Yes.
It is different.
Be prepared for the weak side shot.
Yes. That's a big one.
Yeah. Even you don't even have to get all the way up in the tree. Just hang 2 feet off the damn ground and shoot to your weak side.
Yep. Great. Do it.
Yes.
Do it now.
Yeah.
That way, when you've got a deer in front of you on your weak side, you're not like, shit.
How do I do this?
You're fucking shaking because you're unfamiliar with the position. Like, find a way to do that comfortably because you can. Mm-hmm. You just got to be familiar. Mm-hmm. Like shooting, I like going out and shooting till low light. I mean, obviously, we almost always do that because it just ends up working out that way. It's kind of late whenever we end up start shooting. And shooting low light. Remember, because, dude, it is so different. When that light gets low, man, and your peep is tight, especially if you close one of your eyes, it's even darker. Mm-hmm. Get familiar with it. It's totally doable, but get familiar with it. Shoot, like I said, shooting seated, shoot from your saddle. Shoot low light and long range.
Yeah.
The king of everything. And John and I we've discussed this in previous podcasts, but it's really important to shoot long range. And I don't care if you're going to shoot a whitetail from long range. You can limit yourself to 30 yards. Mm. That's respectable. I get it. I understand that. I think you're wrong or you can't shoot real good,
but if you're comfortable at 80, 30 is going to be
shot. Yes. And 30 on an animal is not 30 on a target.
No.
If you're a great shot at 40 yards, your limit should be 20.
Yes.
You should be a great shot at 60 yards to shoot 30. You know what I mean? So, like, you have to shoot these long-range yardages. And you got a 3-pin sight, fucking figure it out. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you got to shoot longer range. Mm-hmm. It will take your hunting up a notch. Like if you've got a 3-pin sight and you've got 10, 20, 30 or 20, 30, 40 and you're not shooting out at 60, I get that. Like why you would never want to shoot a deer at 40. But you need to find a way, even just for practice, move your pin, make one a 60-yard or a 70-yard pin and get really good at 60, 70 yards. Mm. And that way you can shoot a deer at 40. Because let's be realistic. You're fucking out here hunting, and you've got a deer that comes in at 40 yards, and he's a 150-inch buck. But you told yourself you're not going to shoot at 30.
Yeah. You really going to let that thing walk by?
You're going to let him walk because he's at 40?
No.
You're going to fuck that shot up.
Yep.
And you're never going to find that fucking deer.
You're going to gut shot that thing, and you're going to be sick for months.
Yeah. So do yourself a favor and just reach out a little bit.
Just a tickle.
Just practice long range, man. I'm a big fan.
Should we answer Oklahoma Huntsman's question from a month ago?
Yes.
He said, I think it would be cool to hear y'all's arrow build for hunting.
Yeah, I was just thinking about him.
Grain length, components, etc., and experiences you've both had with older setups.
We could almost do a whole pod on this.
Oh, Jesus.
what are you shooting this year? We're actually really close this year. We've kind of, it's funny.
Yeah.
Because we've both been like on opposite ends of the spectrum, and like I wanted to go heavy and fucking like 580 grain arrow, and you were just kind of like, eh.
No.
But now we're actually kind of shooting like, I think mine was like 10 grains more than yours this year.
So as of right now, I have gold tip Pro Hunter XTs, I think they're called. Just a 100 grade tip with a Grim Reaper on the end with a 4-vein tack vein. And a I guess it's not a Luminoc. Something like a Luminoc. What the fuck are they called?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember either. But a
We've
Luminoc.
got lighted Nox.
Lighted knock. And it's coming around about 450-ish grains.
Yeah, it was like 452 or something.
I'm trying, as of this season and seasons past, I did stray one season where I went heavy. I tried to get the FOC shit that was huge there for a season or two. And I had good luck with it, but I haven't seen any difference except for pin gap in the heavier arrow versus the lighter arrow. So now I'm just only speed. I'm trying to get as light as possible so that my pin gap is not a factor. If I got a deer at 30 and it decides to booger out to 40, I don't have to change too much or aim too high.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I've went up to, I think it was like 580 was my heaviest arrow.
Gee whiz, yeah, I think I was like 490-ish, the heaviest I was.
Yeah. And that's it. And that's not even that heavy,
No.
but it's heavy. But I think for whitetail, man, like, let's be realistic, dude.
Yeah.
You can kill a whitetail with a fucking 320 grain arrow.
Yes.
Like, okay, so if you're not hunting elk, okay, let's take that out of the equation because I know that makes things a little different. Mm-hmm. They're much larger animals, much more robust. Mm-hmm. But for a whitetail, so I went up, I got a really heavy grain arrow, and I had great success with it. I had all pass-throughs.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was great. But I also had all pass-throughs with a 450 grain arrow. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But what I noticed when I switched to, and the reason I switched to the heavier grain arrow is because of hitting shoulder. I didn't want to hit shoulder and not have a pass-through. And I think actually that may have happened to me. And that is what made me want to switch. And I get that. That makes a lot of sense. But I also am a big fan of mechanical broadheads, and I'm not going to switch away from mechanical broadheads because I love the ease of tunability, because I can shoot a field point and then put my broadhead on, test it, and it literally flies exactly the same with a Sever broadhead is what I use. Mm-hmm. And they fly exactly like my field points. Okay? So I'm not changing that. And with that being said, penetration, of course, is always a factor. And I don't want to hit the shoulder.
No.
But I shot a lot of deer with that heavy grain arrow, and what I noticed was my pin gap. And what I mean by pin gap is if I had my pin set at 30 and my target is at 40, I'm going to hit really low.
Yeah.
With a lighter arrow, if my pin is set at 30 and my target is 40, I'm going to hit low, but not as low.
No.
Now, in a field situation, if my pin is set at 30 and a deer takes 3 steps to 33,
0.
It's almost inconsequential.
Yeah.
Now, if my arrow is 580 grains, that's a fucking factor and a problem.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, and these are things that you're going to have to think about when you've got a 140-inch deer in front of you and you're fucking shaking and you're nervous and you fucking forget to move your pin or you forget to aim a tickle high. Honestly, for me, I just don't think it's worth the trade-off.
No.
I think it's just easier to have a faster and more forgiving arrow and just aim a tickle to the left or to the right, depending on how they're standing, of the shoulder. Now, if a fixed point and a really heavy arrow, you can aim for their fucking shoulder. Mm-hmm. And that's awesome. But if that deer moves, if it gets spooked by a squirrel and jumps up 7 yards and you're at full draw, you're going to have to aim very different.
Yeah. So you better know that when you practice.
And you better be able to do that in a high-pressure situation.
Yeah.
And remember that. And so there's a give and take.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think there's a wrong answer. I think both of them are really, it's what you want.
Yeah.
And they're both really, really doable and repeatable and effective. But for John and I think, and we both agree, I think it's just, I would rather have the forgiveness of a fast arrow and the speed of a fast arrow, especially when it comes to dropping deer. Because deer duck, especially sick deer.
Mm-hmm.
They duck like a motherfucker. And a faster arrow will help that.
Yeah.
I don't need all the penetration in the world for that. As long as I don't hit them in the shoulder, I'd rather have the forgiveness and the ability to mitigate the drop of a deer. And that's the thing that really stands out, because honestly they both have their perks, right? Like the heavier arrow, you can hit them in the shoulder and you're gonna be good. You're gonna have to remember, you've got a bigger pin gap. You're gonna have to move a little more, right? With a faster arrow, you can't afford to really hit them in the shoulder, but you're gonna have more forgiveness and all that. But what stands out with a fast arrow over a slow, heavy, powerful arrow is the deer's drop. And if you have highly alert deer at 35 yards and it drops, that slow arrow, you might whiff, dude.
It might be the difference between a whiff and a spine shot.
Yeah, and I'll take a spine shot over a whiff.
Oh my God,
Nobody likes a spine shot.
No.
But other than the track, that's nice.
But yeah, I mean, look, we tried the heavy route. We gave into the peer pressure of the FOC, and I just
Not even the FOC.
I didn't see any difference in it, and I just prefer speed.
Yeah. I still try to maintain a solid FOC.
I don't even care what it is anymore.
No.
Yeah,
and I mean you're shooting great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I try to keep my FOC high, but the weight thing of the entirety of your projectile, I try to keep most of my weight in the front. Don't get me wrong, and you do too.
Of course, yeah.
But I just don't. We both agree.
Yeah.
I like speed.
Look, it's a white-tailed deer. It's gonna pass through if you hit it right.
Your grandpa was shooting that motherfucker with a fucking what did those bows even put out back then? I don't even know.
150 feet per second, if that, for a 70-pound recurve.
Yeah, like, dude, you're fucking 2019 or whatever your bow. Maybe it's a 2024. Matthews, Elite, Hoyt, Bowtech, fucking Darton, whatever it is, Bear. It's putting out a whitetail. If it's a 400 grain arrow, it's gonna do. You're probably gonna get a pass through, especially if you're up over 60 pounds. So I don't know. I'd rather have speed.
Yes,
And that's where we've came, and that's for me specifically, not just talking about the theology or what's the word I'm looking for, or philosophy on arrow weight, but for me personally, I'm shooting, I think it's about 465 grains was my total arrow weight. I shoot a Sever broadhead, which I think is awesome. I've had tremendous success with them. I think I've killed 2 dozen deer with them. Because this will be my 3rd year with Sever, right? I killed 11 deer last year and 7 or 8 the year before. So, I've killed almost 20 deer with the Sever. 100% success rate. They're awesome broadhead. I shoot 125 grain Sever broadhead. I shoot a carnivore, a Black Eagle carnivore arrow. My draw length is 28.5. I shoot a illuminated knock, and I shoot a 4 vein with a wrap with tack veins.
Yeah,
that's my current setup, and my FOC is solid. I'd love it to be a little higher, but it's good. And I don't know exactly what my percentage is, but that's the system I'm rocking right now.
Yeah, my draw length's 27.5. But with that Matthews, I'm guessing I'm right around 305 feet per second with my arrow setup. And I do plan on going to the, what's that new arrow that Travis sells?
Oh, yeah.
Little bit lighter of an arrow.
The Ultra
Arrow.
Ultra Arrow?
Yeah, it's a little bit lighter of an arrow because those gold tips are 10.6 grains per inch.
Heavy.
And at a 250, it's a heavy motherfucker. But I got it as light as I can.
So you're going to get a better FOC with those, too.
Yeah.
Because they're lighter.
Yeah.
And more speed.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to be around 310 feet per second. That fucking flamethrower.
Yep.
Just mowing them down.
Yeah. Your weight's probably going to be around 440-ish.
Yeah.
But you're going to be cooking. Your FOC is going to be higher.
Yep.
You're going to shoot a little faster. I think it's a great thing. And to be honest with you, like I love the Black Eagle. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Tim up in PA. We met him at the TAC. Great arrows. But I'm probably going to switch as well when I'm out of them. I've got over a dozen. So, but after those ones are done, I am probably going to switch to the Ultra Arrows. Mm-hmm. And it's not just because I'm a Levi Morgan fanboy, although I am.
Yes.
Respect the GOAT. He is the GOAT.
He is the fucking GOAT.
And he endorses those arrows. But I just, they're awesome arrows and supporting local business. That's my boy. That's his shop. That's what he's selling. So that's what I want to shoot. And they're top notch arrows. Not the Black Eagle aren't, but I'd rather buy local. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's my boy.
Yeah.
So I'll be switching as well. And we, get a little bit of a discount. So.
and I've tried mechanical and fixed blade broadheads. I like my mechanical, like you said. With the ones that we shoot, Grim Reaper and Sever, there is zero factor between a field point and the actual broadhead.
And that makes it for...
It's a beautiful thing.
What is better than that? Like, I don't have to shoot my broadheads, and I'm fucking sharpening them, and I'm like, man, did I sharpen that one, or is that you know what I mean? Like, it's fucking up your targets. Like, dude, I don't know about you guys, but I got 4 fucking kids. I don't have fucking time to be fucking around broadheads. Okay, my broadheads, I will shoot them once I'll lock them. Flies good to go. Yeah. That's it. And then I shoot field points. You know what I mean? Like, it's so much easier to shoot a field point all the time. It's so much easier on your target. It's so much more cost effective. You're not sharpening shit. If you do shoot one, you get new blades. It's cheap as fuck.
Yeah.
Way cheaper than buying new broadheads. They just fly better. I mean, they do.
They do.
And they do. And I really like the QAD Exodus. It was the last fixed blade I shot. It's been, I don't know, 5 years or so. It was an awesome broadhead. I loved it. I had great success with it. Would it pass through bone better than my Sever? Probably. Oh yeah. But the blood trails suck.
Yeah.
On a fixed blade compared to a mechanical.
When you got an inch and a quarter hole versus almost 3.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yep. I mean, hey, I don't know about y'all, but I personally am not a big fan of after I just shot the buck of what I think is a lifetime, because that's usually what I think. And then I get down on it, I'm like, okay. But I think is a buck of a fucking lifetime, and it's dark, and I've got my headlamp on, and I'm looking for a blood trail, and I'm fucking nervous, and I'm fucking not finding any blood. Like, dude, fuck that, bro.
Yeah.
I want a blood trail. And I put a Sever through the ribcage of a whitetail. A blood trail is what you get.
Yeah.
You put that Grim Reaper, it's even better. It might be a better broadhead, honestly.
It's a great broadhead.
For blood trails, it is better.
I've never lost a deer that I've shot with a Grim Reaper.
Those things are, I mean, amazing.
Yeah, I mean, people complain all the time, oh, front deploy, it slows it down. I don't think I've ever not had a pass through unless I hit spine.
Yeah.
That fucking thing is insane. I've never had it fail. I've never had it not open.
Yep.
It's gonna open.
Yeah.
And like these rages where people shoot them and they don't open, I think that might be user error.
Why is that?
I don't maybe putting the wrong collars on or something. Because I can't see it not opening. Yeah.
Yeah, like mechanically it doesn't.
Because they're rear deploy. The rages are.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but rage gets a lot of bad rap.
Yeah, I mean, when we first started bow hunting hard,
That's what it was.
That's what we were using.
Yeah.
We killed many deer with Rage. And do I think they're the best mechanical? No.
No, God, no.
No, honestly, I think they're pretty middle of the row.
Yeah.
I don't think they're anything special by any means. They're just probably the most famous.
Yeah.
But there's definitely better. Definitely. Grim Reaper or Sever are my 2 top votes, 100%.
Yeah.
I think Sever's probably a little better if you hit bone, and Grim Reaper's better if you want a good solid fucking blood trail. Because those 3-blade, what are they called? Whitetail Special?
Whitetail Special.
Those things are gnarly.
Yeah.
Do you have one readily available?
No, they're in my truck, actually.
Okay. Well, I was going to say we could show them, but check them things out, dude, because they are. And I wanted to switch to them, but back when you first started using them, Autumn Sky didn't have them in 125.
Yeah.
So that's when I went online. I think I found Sever. Or I found might have been something else. I don't know, but
oh yeah, I can't remember.
then I seen Lusk Archery, Lusk. He does broadhead reviews.
Yeah.
On YouTube, and he does a really thorough review of broadheads. Like, he does a great job. Shoots them at cinder blocks, shoots them at gel, like ballistic gel, shoots them at fucking plywood. Like, he tests penetration, he tests sharpness, all that shit. And Sever scored the highest of all the mechanicals. And what's great about him is that that blade is able to shift unlike any other broadhead. So if it does hit bone on one side, it's not going to just stop.
Yeah,
it's going to
pivots.
move that blade,
Yeah.
and it's going to pass through. You'll only get half the blade, but you're still going to get your complete pass through.
Yeah.
Which I think is awesome.
Yeah, and we both shot Schwacker, too.
Oh, yeah. They're good.
They're good. My main gripe with Schwacker is it opens up after penetration.
Yeah.
So the entry hole is a field point,
Yep.
and the exit is big.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
I think I killed a couple deer with them. They kill them, but I don't like the entry hole.
Yeah. Blood trails aren't as good, nearly as good as the Grim Reaper.
No.
I think the Sever is basically a Schwacker 2.0 because it's got the front deploy.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like it's a rear deploy, right? It's kind of like a Rage. It's like a slip broadhead. Pushes out.
I could be wrong with that.
Yeah, because mine are front deploy because they fold back.
Yeah. No. You're right. Sorry.
I will say, if you're going to shoot Grim Reaper, it recommends 70 pounds.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think. 60 or 70
That
pounds.
makes sense.
So don't be a bitch.
Pull 70.
Pull 70.
At least.
I think it might be 60, though.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cranking 76 on the Elite, dude.
Yeah, fucking goddamn. Matthews was like
79.
79, yeah.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? You know, it's a pound. You're going to have a pound of variance.
Yeah.
I mean, we learned that when we bought the Hoyts. You know, I think mine was like 78 or something crazy. I was kind of pissed, but
That was not worth the $500.
was it that much?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 8 pounds.
Yeah, no.
8.5 pounds.
That was not worth it. $500 to put 80 pounds on one.
It was for me. It was for me.
It made me feel better.
It made me, and honestly, it gave me that confidence where, like,
Yeah.
I felt like I could pass through more. You know what I mean? Like, I was less worried about shoulder.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, too. Like, yeah, we shoot mechanical. And is it going to pass through a fucking elk shoulder blade? No.
No.
But if I shoot a whitetail on the shoulder blade and I'm pumping out 76 pounds with a Sever broadhead, I'm going to probably get at least enough penetration to kill that animal.
Yeah.
You know? Now, if I was shooting 50 pounds, probably not.
No, you're not finding
No.
that critter.
Which is why I get, so if you shoot lower poundage, I can get why you'd want a fixed blade. I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with higher poundage, nah,
No.
mechanical.
And if you're young and you're shooting 50 pounds, hit the weights, brother.
Yeah.
Or maybe we should put a video on how to properly draw a bow.
Yeah, because, and you know I've talked about this. Like, we've seen a lot of celebrities. I'm not going to mention any names, but draw a bow just wrong.
Yeah. The people that say, oh, you're going to blow your shoulder out. I have never. We've been attack 4 or 5 years, whatever the fuck it's been. I've never had shoulder fatigue from drawing my bow.
No.
80 pounds, never had shoulder fatigue.
Nope.
I will get maybe lat fatigue because I draw my bow properly. I've never had shoulder fatigue, ever.
No. Your hand, the big one that I see that most people do is when they draw, their hand is not in the position that, and this is more with handheld releases, but your hand is not in the position that you would fire when you draw. Yeah. So they're drawing kind of like this and then rotating their hand.
Or they're drawing and their hand's at their titty.
Yeah.
And then they bring it up to
their
face.
They're drawing like this and they bring it up. Yeah. No. Your hand should go right back to your face.
Yeah. It's more of a lat movement.
Yeah.
Than a shoulder.
Yep. You're here.
Yeah.
You're not here. Yeah. Like it just looks uncomfortable to me when I see people do it. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, and watching, I'll call him out, fucking Joe Rogan draw a bow. It makes me sick.
Yeah, I mean, but Joe's a bad motherfucker. He could probably get away with it. You know what I mean? He's stronger than hell. Yeah. And it's not bothering him. But I agree with you. Watching him draw bows, kind of like, ugh. Not the way you want to draw your bow.
No, not at all.
Yeah. But yeah, I think now's the time to practice. Get out there, get some reps in, draw your bow properly. Yes. And poundage and arrow weight and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, I think it's just one of those things. We all go through phases. Mm-hmm. You and I have gone through phases with arrow weight, and hey, we may change our mind again.
Yeah,
that's the thing about like archery and stuff. And like, I don't have anybody that's fucking over my shoulder, whispering in my ear, telling me to sell this or sell that. Like, we're giving it to you straight up. This is what we've done. This is what we've found to be successful for us. We've sent thousands upon thousands of arrows downrange, and this is what's worked for us. And, it may be different for you.
Yeah.
And I think it's very individual. And the way you do it, I'm not saying it's wrong, but you got to find that for yourself and not worry about what other people are selling you, especially fucking on podcasts with two fucking drunk rednecks like me and John. You gotta just you do your own thing, you know?
Yeah.
Do your own work, and you'll find what works for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it might not be what John and I like. It might be different.
And don't be afraid to toy with it either.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all meant to kill deer. You're not gonna buy something bad.
Yeah.
I mean, you might. But
yeah.
You might buy a obsession bow and just absolutely hate your life.
But yeah, I think it's very individual.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to find what works for you. So, do that. But more importantly, shoot.
Yes.
Get the reps in. Get familiar with your arrow. Get familiar with your weight. I mean, like, that's what's going to tell you. That's going to answer all your questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And practice how you're going to hunt, too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Yeah, it might be 95 degrees outside, but maybe just put your hunting jacket on and shoot 5, 10 arrows.
Yeah.
See what that's going to feel like.
Or if you hunt in the rain, like I'll hunt in the light rain. Maybe once in a while, got a little drizzle outside, get out, fling some arrows.
I don't hunt with gloves, but if you hunt with gloves, put your gloves on.
Put your gloves on.
Yes.
100%. Great tip.
That has fucked me at least twice.
Yeah.
Putting gloves on and trying to shoot with my release.
Yep. And I'll hunt with one glove.
Yeah.
My bow hand. My release hand I do not.
Even the bow hand could fuck something up.
Even the bow hand, it could fuck something up. So try it.
Yeah.
And maybe you don't have to do that now because it's going to be a while, but come late September, early October, maybe start getting a few reps in with your glove, your bow hand glove on. If you shoot with your release hand with a glove on, you should almost always have a glove on then.
Yes.
I know it sucks in the summer, but if that's, especially if you live in colder climates and the majority of your season you're going to wear a glove, well, shoot with a glove.
Learn what that release hand glove is going to do because it is going to change things 1,000% from a bare hand.
Absolutely. From your anchor point to your reaction time, all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
All right, brother. You got anything else? We're an hour and a half in.
God almighty.
It's a long one.
I got nothing. That motherfucker in the Civic, I got your number, motherfucker.
Next time, he's not going to be so easy.
He's a lucky motherfucker. Break that water gun on your fucking head.
God, what a cock. Fucking bitch. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate the fuck out of y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Love the feedback.
Our boys in New Zealand.
Shout out to our boy in New Zealand. That was some cool shit, man.
Yeah.
I'd love to go to New Zealand and hunt. ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you again soon. Season's coming. It's coming soon.
Hey.